Rockets, unfortunately, unable to exercise their demons, which is the Golden State Warriors, lose for a 15th consecutive time to Golden State. I am so tired of saying we lost to the Warriors. It is very frustrating to sit there and watch as a fan over and over again. But I thought tonight was going to be the night, guys. But unfortunately, our Rockets were unable to beat the Golden State Warriors. They lost 99-93 in this early season that we got for our Houston Rockets. I'm trying to find some positives in this, but it was a very frustrating game to watch. From the very get-go, you could tell this was just an off night for our guys. The Rockets just looked ugly offensively from the get-go, but we'll get into more of that later. Talk about Jonathan Kuminga's career night without Steph Curry and Draymond Green. It was an off night for the offense, but let's dive into more of that as we get going. But welcome in, everybody. My name is Greg Post, and welcome to Post Game Pulse. Obviously, we're talking about the Rockets from last night losing to the Warriors. But I dislike them. I don't care if you're listening, Warriors fans. I don't like you. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal, but it's extremely personal. Okay, previous years flooding in emotions from losing to the Warriors so many years in the Harden era. Just frustrating to see. 2019, Chris Paul, why? Anyways, I won't get into that kind of stuff tonight, but we had a chance to take another game. It was a very ugly offensive game for us. The offense did not look sharp. We looked clunky and disorganized. At one point, who was it? Alperen Şengün and Fred VanVleet ran into each other on a pick and roll exchange, and just kind of sums up what kind of night we were watching last night. It was just the lowest the Rockets have ever scored in a season at 93 points. It was just lack of aggressiveness on a lot of aspects, and I think that was one of my key takeaways from the game. The lack of physicality that we normally present for the Rockets, whether it's on, normally it starts with the defensive end. We're usually crashing the boards. We're usually using the rebounds to either start the fast break and get fast break points, or lead to some type of aggressive drive down the lane, dish it out, or let Alpi do some magic down below. And tonight, last night, you got to give the Warriors credit. They did some things very well that kind of led to all of this happening. But the Warriors, they clogged the lane. They defended the three, and they defended the transition very well tonight. So, with the Rockets, that kind of plays into what the Rockets, usually our strengths are. We rebound well, go into transition, and either drive down the lane or kick it out. Now, when the Warriors are clogging the lane, the Rockets stopped. Looney was really big down low. It caused the Rockets to dish it out and not take a lot of aggressive shots. I would have liked to have seen, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, the guys who like to drive, be more aggressive and try to force their way to the foul line. And we just didn't see that tonight. It was super clogged, and so they started dishing it out, and they started taking out more outside shots. And it just was not falling for our guys last night. Got really just ugly for a minute. Like I said, you got to give the Warriors credit, but it was just super frustrating, especially because Draymond Green and Steph Curry were not in there. I thought that was a game that we could really let our guys kind of get a win against Golden State. Now, we do play them next week. It is for the in-season tournament. It's the knockout round. It's going to be really exciting to watch. Hopefully, we're going to get a much better effort. But guys, Ime Udoka called out the Rockets. He said this is the softest we've ever seen the Rockets since he's been coaching. And coming from a defensive-minded coach that prides himself on defense and all that. That's a wake-up call, slap in the face. I don't know what you want to call it, but guys, come on. We got to give better effort than that. That was very frustrating. Jonathan Kuminga, you got to give him credit too. He did have a fantastic game. I guess, when you have some like Hall of Famers playing in front of you, sometimes you don't get quite the opportunity to show and display your skills, and we got to see that last night. He made some very crucial drives at the end of the game. He made, including 2 of them within the last minute and 4 seconds of the game. They pretty much kind of sealed the deal for the game. The Rockets did mount a comeback. They were down at one point by, I believe it was 14, and we got it down to 1. We got it down to multiple times to 2 points and then to 1 eventually. And then just, right when we were on the edge, and we had actually an opportunity to take the lead down by 1, and Jalen kind of did a little bit of hero ball at that moment. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of, let's see the offense, let's dish it down, someone drive and kick it out, dish it to Şengün, let him be the offensive hub or something. But Jalen Green kind of did some outside action, some dribble, and try to jack up a shot, and it was a contested shot. It didn't look good, and from that point on, the Warriors scored 6 straight and kind of regained the control of the game, and we really didn't quite get back to that point after that. So, very, very unfortunate game. The offense, like I said, looked dysfunctional. Not attacking the rim is going to definitely have its ripple effects for our squad, especially when our shots aren't falling. And so, clearly we're not the best shooting team. And so on those nights that the shots aren't falling, everyone needs to pitch in and attack the lane, go to the line, or just dish it out. We need to see more cutting action. But that's my take on that. I freaking hate the Warriors, guys, but it is what it is. We're going to get more shots at them. Since I am a half glass kind of full kind of guy, I'm always searching for some positives in the negativity out there. But Steven Adams gave us some good minutes last night. He had some back-to-back buckets. He looked a little bit more confident out there. He was always sets those just awesome screens and just allows so much space for the dribbler to, pivot around, put up a shot, or just have a good vision of the court to make an accurate pass or a read or whatever. He also contested and altered basically everything that was coming his way. And it was good to see Udoka go back to him. Usually we're seeing him being played only spare minutes in the first half, and then we usually don't see him in the second half. And so I guess he's starting to feel better, get his legs under him, if you will, or more confidence with the coaching staff to put him out there in the later games. But I think that was the best he's looked all season. And then one more thing. Did anyone else see Amin Thompson do a step back 3? He didn't make it, but honestly, I think that is just a sign of the growth in his game and of his confidence. Amin Thompson, we saw it last year. Even in the beginning of this year, he was just, shying away from the 3. And to see him now, not really shy away, he's becoming a pretty solid corner 3 guy. I got to give him credit. He's working on his game. That is his biggest flaw. If he can become a 3-point shooter, the sky's the limit for him, because athletically he is, 100 percentile, you know what I mean? And so if his shot's falling, that's going to be crazy. But the fact that he even was down to make those moves and throw it up, the confidence shows, or that's showing that his confidence is growing. And I think that's a great sign for our Rockets. So, not something to really look back on with fond memories, but Rockets fall 99-93 to the Warriors. We got another game coming up Sunday, I believe, to the Clippers. Got to get back on the win track. We've now lost 2 in a row for the first time all season. Got to get back on track, guys. Let's go, Rockets! Thanks, guys, for chiming in. Like I said, my name is Greg Post. This is Post Game Pulse. If you're still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and I'm enjoying this new adventure that I have going on. And I look forward to continuing to bring you on more information. Give me a like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks again, guys. I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Later.